Good day and welcome, I'm Stefan Diedrichs and this is Project Homegrown. So about 3 weeks back we transplanted these tomato plants and cucumber plants, and now they are at the size where they need to be wired up a trellis. As you can see, there is no trellis here, so we will be building one. So the reason you would want to build a trellis is so that you can maximize the amount of sunlight that you get to your plants, as well as increase your grow space efficiency. So stick around and I'll be showing you how to build and install your very own veggie garden trellis, so that you can be making the best use of your backyard growing space. So let's not waste time and let me show you the tools and materials that you will need to build your trellis. So for this project you don't need a lot of materials. I'm using some cut off 100 by 75 millimeters posts, some wire and some square tubing, piping, any form of metal that you can use. So now that we've got all our tools here on the table, just to show you quickly what we've got: tape measure, a pencil, the drill with all your different drill bits, some screws, pliers for the wire, the saw. I forgot about the grinder. If you don't have a grinder, you can use a normal hacksaw. So what we need to do is we need to cut 8 pieces of 50 millimeter sections of the square tubing, and that 50 centimeters is going to be divided in 30 and 20 centimeter sections. So what the use is going to be for that is we're going to cut it off at the 50 centimeter section, and then we will be drilling holes through this square tubing, fastening it to the pole, and then driving this section into the soil to fasten it into the soil, so that the pole itself does not need to be buried into the soil, and that will prevent it from rotting and decaying faster than we want it to. I'm no sissy, but using the grinder, safety first. Okay, so I changed the drill bit out to a size that is just gonna fit the screw. Then I'm gonna use the drill and drill out 2 holes on this piece of square tubing, and I'll be using that to fasten to this piece of pole, of which this end I'm gonna drive into the soil, so that this section does not come into contact with the soil and ends up rotting. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this 6 meter long pole, and then we're gonna cut it in a section of 2.45 and 2.55. Then we're gonna have a piece of cut off that we'll use for something else, and then there's one more pole that we need to cut for 2.65. The reason for that is we have a slope, and the length gradually increases towards the lowest point of the slope. Okay, so we've sawn off the poles in the length that we needed. We drilled the holes into the square tubing, and then we're gonna fasten them now with these wooden screws, and then we're gonna drive them into the swell as posts. So let's do that, and then we'll show you when it's finished. So this is basically what we end up with, and this section's gonna be the stake that we're gonna pile into the swell. So I'm just gonna drive this post into the swirl. I'm gonna fasten it on top of the roof here, and then this is gonna be the support for the wiring for the trellis that we're gonna run down. I'm just gonna fasten it to this truss by using two normal wood screws, and I'm putting it on the outside, so when I tension it with the wires that I'm gonna be running, it's gonna push against. I used a G-clamp just to keep the two pieces of wood together nicely because it was slightly warped, and then we're gonna repeat this 3 times. What we did is we fastened the level line at the top of the slope, and then using the spirit level we adjusted the height at the bottom of the slope on the pole, so we get the spirit level for the bottom line. We will be using this line to space the trellis in the sections that we measured out. Our sections are 30 centimeter sections. So we thought she wanted a piece of the action as well, so now she gets her screen time also. We're just gonna take one of these wooden screws, drill it into the side. We're gonna take our wire, wrap it around once or twice, and then we're gonna tension it all the way and then fasten it on the side as well. And then we're gonna just repeat that 5 more times, because that's the amount of wires that we'll be running. It's always nice doing the same work twice. Don't let me tell you shit, it's never nice to do something twice unnecessarily. Right now we're just gonna continue running the wires zigzag across until we get to the end. So there you go guys, that's how you build your own trellis. It didn't take a lot of effort, it didn't take a lot of time. We didn't have to use expensive materials. Most of the stuff is things we had laying about, and you can very easily turn a section of garden into a vertical farm and then make much better use of that grow space. So in the next video I will be showing you how to train your cucumber and your tomato plants, and also how to efficiently prune them so that you get the maximum yields from your fruits. So give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.